Izzy Majarowitz for MoCo Pride Youth. MoCo Pride Youth is a student-led activism and community building organization for middle and high school students in MCPS, Montgomery County Public Schools. It was started in late 2019 by I think she was a sophomore at the time at Richard Montgomery High School. I actually was pretty good friends with her when we were younger, so it was great to see that she started this whole organization. But she really started it because she thought that a lot of LGBTQ plus students in our school system really needed people to advocate for them, and needed to make some changes in our school system and in our local area. So the vision of MoCo Pride Youth, it can honestly look different each year. We kind of, come up with that as a board of directors, and also from input from our member base. And we see kind of what are the needs for that year, and what are sort of issues or topics that a lot of students are interested in. But sort of in terms of the structure and how a lot of the leadership and that decision-making works is we do have a board of directors. It's usually between 10 and 12 people. And there's, president, vice president, treasurer, and secretary, but then there's department leaders, or directors as we call them. And so I think we have about 6 departments: advocacy, policy, outreach, PR, web, and the treasury, the finance department is also one. This year, one thing we focused on definitely was promotion of the LGBTQ studies elective that was recently passed for MCPS. So we were really trying to promote that and get that in a number of high schools in MCPS. So the LGBTQ plus studies elective is just a 1 semester long social studies elective course for high school students. The prerequisites are usually US history. And the course covers everything from LGBTQ plus history to sort of arts and culture and representation of LGBTQ plus people in media. And then it also kind of finishes up with some local activism and community projects that the students can participate in. I think this past year we had 12 high schools have it, so that was close to half. I know already confirmed for next year there will be 15 high schools that will have it. Some of the sort of limitations on it is you have to have a teacher who's willing to teach the course, and then have enough students to sign up for it, because they usually want to have a good amount of students in the classroom. So I think what I get out of it a lot is just the community of it all. I've met so many different students from so many different high schools. We just get to have a lot of fun and engage with each other. And we learn about different communities and different issues. And so I feel like what I've gotten most out of it is the people I've met, but I've also gotten out of it some organizational skills. What people can expect is it will be a virtual, so through Zoom, forum. We're going to have a panelist of around 7 students from different high schools in MCPS in the area. I tried to get students from lots of different sort of clusters and areas within our county, and they'll be answering questions from me. I'm going to be asking a few questions that they will answer in the Zoom, and then we will also open it up for audience Q&A. And any audience members will just be able to ask questions of the students. Sort of the main topic is just about their experience as LGBTQ plus students, in the school system and in Montgomery County in general. We just want to hear what's it been like, what do they think could be improved, all of that. I identify as aromantic asexual, which is sometimes not as well known even within the community. So that just means that I don't really experience sexual or romantic attraction to people. So sometimes we're a little bit of a minority in some LGBTQ plus spaces, but I feel like overall the sort of culture of Montgomery County is like pretty accepting and open. I do know there are still like areas and pockets that maybe are less accepting, and our schools, I think, sometimes still need some work because, you know, some people still have to deal with really like homophobic comments from other students or teachers and staff that don't respect pronouns. But I think so much of it is an sort of an education issue where people have not been like shown or exposed to the fact that like our community exists and that we should be respected. So I feel like that's one of the things that really needs to be improved is like within our schools, just having more of that education aspect about our community. And then in sort of the broader Montgomery County, more resources and more promotion of those resources, which is what some of my work has been as an outreach director. So like youth and other people in the community like know that there are resources out there and there are things that can help. So the MoCo Pride Youth Picnic is going to be on Saturday, June 25th from 12 to 3 p.m. It's in Woodside Urban Park in downtown Silver Spring. And it's just going to be a couple of hours of sort of outdoor fun for any youth, so like ages 13 to 18. And there will be music, there's going to be food provided, and it's all free. And any youth can just join and hang out, socialize. That's basically the gist of the event. Where I see the future of the LGBTQ plus community, I see again like it growing more, and I sort of hope for, and I think I'll see that we'll have like more acceptance like in the US and hopefully abroad too. We obviously still need acceptance in other countries too. And really just more sort of like empathy and compassion towards our community. And also within the community, like really emphasizing that we are all connected in this sort of like identity, and there shouldn't necessarily be like these conflicts between members even within the community, and that we need to like work together for like collective rights and liberation in the future. We have a few different options for people to get involved. The most sort of basic is becoming a general member, which mostly just means you receive our emails and you're able to attend any of our like monthly meetings or events, though anyone can also RSVP for like each event individually. So the way that people get involved that way is we do have a short application, but it's not like very like involved, or you don't have to write an essay or anything. So it's just this Google form. It's it would be bit.ly/join MoCo Pride. And students can just fill out that form and they would be on the email list and they would get all this information about what we're doing and what they can get involved in. Then the next level is department members. If you want to be a little bit more involved and be involved in like planning some of these monthly meetings, that would be department members. There's a little bit, the application process is a little bit more involved. I cannot remember the form for that at this time, but all of the information and ways to contact us is through our email, which is mcountypride@gmail.com. But we also have a pretty active Instagram at MoCo Pride, and we do have a website, which is mocopride.net. So those are the 3 ways that we communicate the most and that people can reach out to us through.